Theoretically, we're live.
We are live.
Okay. I always ask, do we do a cold open for this? But I actually remember we do. So
yes,
call us Gelatin.
Call us Gelatin.
All right,
He's so amazing. She's
so fantastic.
Because we're flying high together on a magic. You want to redo it because you interrupted it before?
I think it's kind of better with it.
No, let's start over. Ready? Call us Gelatin. He's so amazing.
He's so fantastic.
It's all fantastic.
We're all fantastic. High together on a magic carpet ride.
We're not talking about that movie.
No. Maybe someday.
Don't worry, guys. We're in the know. Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo podcast.
I'm Benji.
I'm Kelsey.
We're the DCOM Duo, and this is our podcast.
This is our podcast.
And today, we're not actually talking about one Disney Channel original movie.
We're talking about 10.
Yeah, but briefly and quickly.
Yeah.
This is our Minisode.
It's our Minisode. It's our fifth Minisode. We've watched 50 movies.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So what we're going to do is we're going to rank them all in our master list, both amongst the last 10 and then overall. And then we do something extra, a little special fun. Today we pulled up some movie reviews.
Yes.
Yeah, from people like you, except probably not you. And we'll talk about all of that. Yeah. One thing to note, unlike most episodes, we do have a small visual component to this episode. So if you want to see that, you can go to our YouTube version of this podcast.
Yeah.
Where we'll have everything screen recorded of our beautiful Google Sheets.
Yes. Right now. Now you can see it. I'll edit it so it pops up. Isn't that cool?
I can't believe you're adding this extra work for yourself.
It's really not that hard.
Okay.
But here's our spreadsheet. We rank all of the movies together. We're going to add the next 10. It's going to be really cool. So if you want to see us do it live, not live, but, watch it visually. You can go to the YouTube video.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, yeah, do that.
Yeah. So
we'd also cover fan mail, but we do not have any fan mail. Admittedly, we are recording this for our own sakes pretty soon after we released our most recent episode on this, which was Stepsister from Planet Weird. So if you message us between that point, we'll talk about it within our next full episode. But otherwise, if you have fan mail, send it to us at dcomduo@gmail.com.
Cool. Let's start with Now You See It.
I mean, out of these, we put it to the side because it's the first one.
We just kind of put it here.
Now You See It. I respect a lot of aspects of it because it is very memorably weird.
It's really weird, but that doesn't make it good.
No, I can agree with that. But there's some juice to it. It's got some kick. It is not a nothing movie.
They just do an escape room in the middle of it, and it's for no benefit to the movie at all. It's wild.
Yeah, this main character just does nothing but brood the entire movie.
That was funny. Yeah.
Adventures in Babysitting is an interesting one to compare that against because my instinct says Now You See It's more entertaining.
No, it's not. Adventures in Babysitting is definitely better.
Adventures in Babysitting is so forgettable, though. It is probably better, but it's so forgettable.
I like it. And Sabrina Carpenter.
That's beside
and Sophia Carson.
She's not that good in this.
We're the babysitters.
Yeah, you want to talk about the rap battle scene?
No, quitters. They rap battle, and it's fantastic.
I don't think it is.
What do you mean?
I can live with Adventures in Babysitting.
It has to. I cannot let it go below Now You See It.
I just don't think. The further I got away from Adventures in Babysitting, the more I forget it. And I don't forget Now You See It.
Let's move on. Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie. I think it's better than
both of these.
It is better than both.
It kind of bugs me that Wizards is as good as it is because nothing about it is actually that.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, I feel like a lot of the humor doesn't land, but the serious stuff does land.
And it's just a lot. It doesn't feel special, weirdly. In some ways it does, in some ways it doesn't.
Yeah, especially with how good the show is. It's kind of a bummer. I mean, this was a really big production, but I feel like...
I feel like it did well for the show and everything. I feel like
they could have done better than a vacation movie, but...
They
all do vacation movies.
There's flaws with this movie. They're just hard to describe. And the overall package is better. Like, I feel like it hits a level it shouldn't be able to hit based on, like, the ingredients within. And I don't think it's a sum better than the parts type of thing necessarily. It's just kind of there are so many fatal flaws this movie could have fell into that it didn't. I don't know if it was skill or luck.
I feel like I'm never gonna go out of my way to be like, I really want to watch the Wizards of Waverly Place movie. Yeah, you know?
I agree. And that's something. Next, we have Big City Greens, the movie Spacecation. Is it weird to say this is the best of those?
It's definitely between this and Wizards. And it's hard. They're both TV movies.
One on a show we watched as a kid. One on a show we had never watched.
Yes. It was pretty funny.
I felt entertained the whole time watching Big City Greens, the movie Spacecation. It's a mouthful of a title.
And it's so hard with animated movies to compare them.
Yeah.
I feel like it is pretty good.
I think it's the best out of those four.
Let's put it above Wizards. This is wild.
This is wild. Okay.
Radio Rebel.
First place overall. No.
It's hard because it's so bad.
Yeah, no, if we were rating this on like success as a filmmaker, it would be last.
But we're ranking on our enjoyment, basically.
And my enjoyment is at least better than Adventures in Babysitting.
I can live with that.
I think it's better than
Wizards?
Nah, probably put it below Wizards.
Put it below Wizards. I can live with that.
I
honestly
like
could kind of see
Radio Rebel better though.
I feel like I could kind of see it going above Wizards.
I could see it going above Wizards.
You know what? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Is it going above Big City Greens too?
No. I don't think so. I feel like Big City Greens was a nice little like revelation for something that we had no real expectations for going in, other than generically hearing, oh, the show's kind of good.
Yeah. All right, Xenon Girl of the 21st Century. This is a hard one because my opinion of it, I feel like changed a lot after watching it again. Because before, all I could remember was that the middle section was really boring, and it is. But it's not as long as I thought.
I feel like these are all such mid movies, the 10 that we watched. In like different ways. That's not all completely true, but
compared to all the bangers we had in the last
10. The last 10 we had exclusively bangers, or
we had the top
awful.
We had the top 4.
We had the top 4. We also had the bottom 3.
That's pretty funny.
So yeah, I think Xenon is above Adventures in Babysitting.
Like
below
all the
Wizards.
stuff in space is funny. Also, remember they do their slang like every line of dialogue.
It's
and that's
both good and bad.
It's literally a positive and a negative.
Because
sometimes
it really
I think
makes
it's funny,
it distinct, unique, and funny, and like very cringe, but in a way that I like in a DCOM.
But also
it irritates.
It gets old, and you're just like rolling your eyes, like, oh my god, stop saying minor major, please.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than Now You See It. Is it better than Adventures in Babysitting?
I think so. Again, I feel like I am more likely to turn on Xenon than I am Adventures Babysitting.
I feel like I gotta respect.
Not what the list is.
I gotta respect that it's like classic too. Yeah. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people love Xenon.
All right, Geek
Charming. Boo.
I think that's last.
It has to be last.
And really, again, there's a world where that's a good movie, but we're not in that world.
Yeah,
we're not in.
And we talked about it in the episode, but it has so much potential to be good.
It's surprising because the plot itself is not really a good plot.
Yeah, I feel like if
there were pieces in there.
Yeah, that were good. Sarah Hyland's really good.
And I feel like she understood the movie.
She did.
What it was going for.
She understood her character. And I wish they had a different lead actor for reasons outside of the movie and for reasons in the movie. And I wish it was directed differently.
Yeah, I think that's the one that was most flawed directorially.
Yeah. Brink is next.
I would put Brink top of this list out of the ones that we've had so far.
I could see that. Brink is good.
Like, it's hard to remember it as too much, but like the amount of drama that they get, it's a generic sports movie, and I'm a sports movie guy, but like it's good.
This is another one that I appreciated more on this rewatch than I had when I initially watched it.
There's something special about Brink. It has the extra mile, like
I love Brink as a character. Like, he's so positive all the time and not in an annoying way. Like, at least not to me. I think he's just like a cool guy. A guy you'd want to be friends with, you know?
And I feel like it's a fun movie. It does the classic. It was a DCOM classic for a reason. Yeah. And there was a reason, again. I said it multiple times in the podcast where when I tell people I watched every single DCOM, that's one of the ones that I've gotten asked about the most, genuinely. That's crazy. Amazing because no one really talks about that publicly, but people love it as like a deep cut in theory. It's one that really left an impact on people. Yeah. Gotta Kick It Up. The White Savior movie.
This is hard. It's definitely not the top. Like, let's start. I want to go top down. It's not better than Brink.
It's not better. I think
it's not better than Big City Greens either.
It's not better than Radio Rebel. It's not better than Wizards. It's not better than Xenon. I think Adventures of Babysitting's better, but I think Now You See It I could see being worse if you really don't like Now You See It. It's better than Geek Charming. And again,
so we're gonna put it right above Now You See It.
These are all largely mid-tier movies that are near our bottom of the list.
It's just kind of a bummer because I actually do like Gotta Kick It Up.
Yeah, but there's some issues special with it, and there's some stuff where it's fun, but like it does not stay with you. Yeah, that's we had a lot to talk about it after watching it, but a couple weeks later, no.
And finally, Stepsister from Planet Weird.
I think
love this movie. I think we do. In our overall rankings individually, it was higher. I think too.
I think Stepsister is just really special.
Good. It's special because it's funny in a way that it's trying to be funny. Like
it's one of the best comedies that there is,
and it hits for us. I see it not hitting for everybody, but it hits for us.
This is the type of absurdity that we actually enjoy. Cool. That was surprisingly easy to put together. I feel like we didn't have that many fights.
It was pretty good. Yeah, I think I pretty much agree. Okay, so now we have to add all these movies to our main list. So let's start from the top. Stepsister from Planet Weird. Where are we putting this?
Okay, so I'm going to just read out ones, and I'm going to go until I think there's a competition.
Okay.
High School Musical is better than it. Lemonade Mouth is better than it. Teen Beach Movie is better than it. Can of Worms, I say Can of Worms is better.
I think it's better.
Jump In, I think Stepsister is better than Jump In.
I think I was gonna say Jump In is better, but it's hard. Jump In is like genuinely good too.
Yeah, so is Stepsister. Is the thing.
I know. I think I prefer Jump In.
I'm trying to think how hard I want to push this because I do think I like Stepsister more. But there is value in both movies, and they tug at different places, and it's hard to compare against the genres, you know. I'll probably it's better than Prom Pact, which is the next one.
I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, so it's either above or below Jump In.
Yeah.
Okay, you can put it below Jump In. I'll live.
Yay.
I also think Brink is better than Prom Pact.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like Prom Pact, while it does have a lot that I think is positive about it, I feel like Brink has more something special in there. It has a heart.
It has the heart, and Prom Pact doesn't have the heart.
No. Prom Pact feels, in a lot of ways, generic, where Brink doesn't. All
right, I can live with this.
I still like Prom Pact a lot. There's a reason it's high up in here.
All right, now we have Big City Greens, the movie Spacecation.
I think Prom Pact is better.
I think so too. I think Spin is also better.
I also agree, but I think it's better than Slumber Party.
Slumber Party was funny.
Slumber Party was funny, so was Big City Greens, the movie.
Yeah, they both are.
And
I think for sure it is better than, well, I guess I'm not for sure, Invisible Sister, because I like that one too.
I think Slumber Party has some theoretical lulls, which are annoying. There's some dead space in there where I just don't care too much about all the characters.
It's just like,
stuff.
Down the line, are you really going to look back at Big City Greens and be like, yeah.
I remember it as a good time. That was funny, and I enjoyed the characters and performances.
That's fair. All right. Above Slumber Party?
That's what I think. And all this stuff, there may be a time where we go in and re-rank everything, but this is our temporary processing.
Oh, man. Radio Rebel.
Oh,
where the heck does Radio Rebel go? Okay, I'm looking down a little bit. 14, we have Camp Rock, and I feel like Camp Rock's a good comparable.
I do think so. I think it goes right below Camp Rock. So
right
11
above
is Slumber Party, 12 is Invisible Sister,
13 is Genius.
Camp Rock, I think, is the juice that Camp Rock has
is better than the juice
and more fun to think about than Radio Rebel, but it is close. And I think Going to the Mat is just not as good as the silliness of Radio Rebel.
Yeah.
Again, if we're talking about actual movies, it would be different.
All right. Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie.
Might be right below Radio Rebel, honestly.
I don't know. It's hard. So Going to the Mat versus Wizards.
That one I could waffle on. I think it's definitely better than Motocross.
That's fair. You know, Wizards might be better than Going to the Mat. I do like Going to the Mat, though.
I do too, but I feel like, it's hard to tell sometimes.
It does kind of feel like there's a step up there, though. Xenon.
Xenon is worse than Going to the Mat. I think it's worse than Motocross.
This is hard. Because, like, Going to the Mat and Motocross are, like, that kind of higher mid-tier for me. And Xenon is just so classic that I feel bad shoving it down, even though that's exactly what I did in my own rankings.
The truth is, it's a mid-tier movie with some iconic moments that make it stand out more, especially with the theme and plot.
So it's better than Life is Rough.
It is better than Life is Rough, I think. Because Life is Rough is a very comparable movie of just, there's a lot going on, and some of it's fun and some of it's meh. Yeah.
So we're going to stick it right below Motocross.
I think
Are you sure it's not above Motocross?
I am not convinced. Like, I think it's below Motocross, but if you feel strongly
I feel pretty strongly it should go above Motocross.
I'm cool with that. They're very close to me.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Adventures in Babysitting.
I think Motocross is better than Adventures in Babysitting.
Okay.
I think Life is Rough is better, and Avalon High, and probably Girl vs. Monster.
Oof. Girl vs. Monster is a tough one. Because it's bad. But also it's silly.
It's so good, though.
But it's also so good.
Would you rather watch something that is a 6 out of 10 the entire way through, or something that is a 3 out of 10 the entire way through, except like 5 different moments are 10 out of 10? Those are your comparisons for Girl vs. Monster, Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, honestly, too, Wendy Wu might be better than Adventures in Babysitting. I don't know. I feel like that's where we are. I think it's better than the Naughty Nine.
I think it's better than Naughty Nine.
So that it's between like Wendy Wu and Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah. Okay. I think put it below Wendy Wu.
Put it below Wendy Wu.
I feel like that's the safest spot. And then honestly,
it feels pretty safe here.
Gotta Kick It Up. And Now You See It. I think both also beat Naughty Nine and Stuck in the Suburbs and Double Team and Hounded, like that whole list. You know?
I don't know. Gotta Kick It Up. Is Gotta Kick It Up really better than Double Teamed? Like a good bit? Yeah, maybe.
Double Teamed when it's not just Nikki shooting threes.
Yeah, it's stuff, boring aside from that.
It's boring aside from the fun you make out of it. Mm-hmm. Gotta Kick It Up has excitement.
Okay,
throughout.
But Stuck in the Suburbs
is also boring for the majority of the runtime.
But think about all the montages and Taran Killam as a pop star. I don't know.
I think Gotta Kick It Up, Now You See It, both are above the 99, which is another movie that's just like Adventures in Babysitting, but slightly worse, in my opinion, where it's enjoyable the whole way through without that much special. So that's why I would argue for those. These are the ones that have some juice to them.
Okay. Geek Charming, I think, is going to take a dip.
Yeah, so it's worse than Naughty Nine, worse than Stuck in the Suburbs, worse than Double Team, worse than Hounded,
worse than A Ring of Endless Light,
worse than Kim Possible 2019,
worse than Miracle in Lane 2, worse than Tangled,
worse than Moms.
Yeah, worse than...
Proof Point's where I could start seeing
Yeah, this is where we start comparing, I think.
Because I could hear a world where
Geek Charming's better
than Poof Point.
I think I do kind of like Geek Charming more than the Poof Point. I think
I'm there too.
You push the Poof Point higher than I think I would have put it. But
looking at the stuff that are below Poof Point,
Cadet Kelly, Halloween Town 2, Don't Look Under the Bed, Under Wraps, Halloween Town, Starstruck, Frenemies.
there's some bad movies down here. And I think Poof Point is above them.
Geek Charming isn't very good either.
No, you're right. It can go below Poof Point. I can also put it below Cadet Kelly. I think it should be above Halloween Town 2. We are Halloween Town haters.
We are Halloween Town haters.
I'm surprised we don't get more hate.
Yeah, I can agree with that because I do think it's above Don't Look Under the Bed, which is right below Halloween Town 2.
I think Don't Look Under the Bed is underrated on this list, but that's for a potential re-ranking video.
Well, also, this is our combined list, so we're not agreeing on everything. We've made compromises, so, okay. Our list is on the screen. I don't want to read it out. There's 50 movies, guys.
First place is High School Musical. Last place is Quince. Out of the 50 we've seen.
I have to zoom out so much to get it all on screen, and it's still not all on the screen. Y'all, there's a lot of movies. So yeah, up high we have like High School Musical, Lemonade Mouth, Teen Beach. At the bottom we have Quince and Sweet Life and You Lucky Dog. Like, the bad ones. So... take a look at our YouTube if you really want to analyze our list.
Let us know how you would rank them to this point.
Yeah, and we love ranking things, but ranking lists this size and even higher, it's going to go over 100. It gets so hard, and you're never going to fully agree with where everything is.
At some point, I think we should add tiers to this just to help
organize our thoughts.
Say here's some bigger gaps.
Because I think they're generically this is around where we think it is.
Yeah.
So that's our ranking. Now we move on to our fun section of the Minisode, where we found some movie reviews. So the way we did it this time is Benji went on Letterboxd.
I found some quick little reviews.
So he will read off his quick little reviews for each movie, and I will follow up with some reviews I found on IMDb that are a little bit longer.
All right. First, for Now You See It, giving a rating of 2 stars from Adrian Thomas is Now You Forget About It.
True.
I feel like, again, I remember Now You See It a bit better, but I gotta admit it. And giving a 1/2-star rating from Tisty is Where is Mark Ruffalo?
Was he in Now You See Me?
He was in Now You See Me. I just that's what we did for our cold open for that.
Yeah. And from IMDb, I have a 3-star rating from Zoraxi6375 titled A Horrible Magician Movie. I'm sorry, but this movie was horrible. The acting was dismal, and other than the other guy magician, so was the magic. I am a magician, so I was really excited about this movie and couldn't wait to see some magic, but it was so not entertaining. Danny's magic was stupid. So was that girl's.
Yeah, fuck that girl.
But the other contestant's magic was pretty cool. I forget his name, but other than that, it was not entertaining. Just think about the last trick. That wasn't a trick at all. If a real magician tried that at a show, at best, he'd get applause so little, but he wouldn't be booed. Like I said, other than the contestant that did Harry Blackstone's floating light bulb, everyone else was horrible.
Okay, I love that review. It's just so focused on this magic when it's explicitly a movie about people doing real life magic, pretending to be magicians.
This review is from 2006, by the way. And he's like, I'm a magician, so I know. And other than that, the other guy's magic, he liked the other guy's magic. He had a name. I forgot his name too. But yeah, Danny and that girl had horrible magic. And yeah, the last trick, he was just like flying around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wouldn't get booed though. He would get a little bit of applause. All right, moving on.
Adventures in Babysitting. We got a 3-star review from Lex, who says the biggest lie in this movie is when Jenny told Lola that she isn't her girlfriend. Apparently, like over half of the Letterboxd reviews that I saw were people just saying how gay this movie was.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, those are actually their kids. Also 3 stars from Neon Pizza. The whitest rap performance in the history of cinema.
True.
Very true. It is painfully white.
And now my 2-star rating on IMDb by Casablancavic, titled Dismal. 4 minutes in and it's already dreary.
Do a review after 4 minutes?
Yeah. 4 minutes in and it's already dreary. This version has no charm. It also has no Elizabeth Shue, who was an absolute awesome actress and still is. This starts out bad and just continues to be bad. It's a perfect movie to sleep to. And even though I worked on this film, it still wasn't impressive. There were so many flaws in this movie that it was nearly impossible for me to sit through. This movie is ideal for kids 2 to 10 years old. The police arrest was laughable, as was most of the story, but not in a funny way. Rather a dreadful, oh my gosh, how could it be so pathetic way.
This person worked on this movie and hate it.
Apparently they worked on the movie. They're like, even though I worked on this film, it's still not impressive.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Some of these people, I'm like, who are you? Who are these people writing reviews on IMDb? I want to know.
People are wild.
Yeah.
All right. For Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie. 4.5 stars is what Letterboxd does through 5.
IMDb does through 10. Yeah.
By Wow, who says there was no CGI involved. Selena Gomez can just do that.
So true.
She can do anything. A similar review, 3.5 stars from Zane, says, remember when Alex became a full wizard and proved her sexist, know-it-all, consenting hot brother wrong while saving her entire family, but the Academy had the nerve to deny Celine Gomez an Emmy?
The nerve, parentheses, 2016. Was that like a movie?
That was a movie. Celine
Godmez. And then I love they say know-it-all condescending hot brother.
Yeah, you gotta throw in hot there.
That's so funny. And now from IMDb, a 7 out of 10 rating from Floated 2 from 2009. It was all right. Before watching this movie, I expected it to be just like the television show, a comedy with jokes, but the movie turned out to be a more serious suspenseful film. It was all right, but there should have been a warning before watching this. I mean, this could scare young kids. The acting was pretty good. The plot was kind of weak, though. I've seen this plot before. The movie didn't seem that long. It was entertaining, but really could have been more funnier. I didn't laugh once. The characters seemed different because they were older and more mature. They all had great chemistry together. Another good thing about this movie is that Harper didn't have a big role. She was just in the beginning of the movie. She was only in it for about 6 minutes. That was great. She was really annoying.
Okay, shout out. Pop off.
The movie didn't have any other minor characters from the television show, but it didn't need to. They're on vacation. I'd recommend this movie. It was pretty decent. That's the first exclamation point. That's the only punctuation mark that's not a period.
There's so many single sentences.
Yes.
My God.
I love the hate on Harper. It's thank God she was only in the movie for 6 minutes. Yeah.
Fair enough. I like how it's all mostly negative stuff. It's just it's pretty decent.
It's all right though. They give it 7 out of 10.
Felt like they just wanted to say stuff but didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
For Big City Greens, the movie Spacecation, 3.5 stars from Ankle Bees, saying a goofy movie if Elon Musk was the villain.
True.
I feel like that is the most accurate out of these I've ever read.
Yes.
Because that is just genuinely what the movie is. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then for 3 stars from the Paxolato, saying cricket could literally cause another 9/11 and his family would still forgive him. Yeah.
He almost destroyed the planet.
Let's not be real. He pretty much did. And the family's still you're okay.
It's okay. We forgive you. We're on vacation. All right. From IMDb, 9 out of 10 stars. From Official Rainbow High fan, Blast Off is the title. I really like this movie more than I thought I would. When I saw the Not Ready Yet teaser, I didn't really know what to think. I was excited, I guess. When the real teaser came out, it looked good, just like a cheap Star Wars ripoff. When the real trailer came out, I was more excited than before, mostly because of the asteroid. But I couldn't even imagine what it would be like when I really saw it. It was amazing and almost made me cry.
Wow.
That never happens with normal Big City Greens, but I finally felt like I was going to cry. It was a little sad at the end.
I felt like I was going to cry. It was a little sad.
Overall, though, I think my favorite scenes were back on Earth with the Dream Team. That's the end of the review. Yeah. I just love I was finally gonna cry. Big City Greens, the show, never makes me cry, but finally.
I love that it's all of those things, and that it was a little sad.
It was a little sad at the end.
But I was gonna cry.
It was a little.
I was gonna cry.
Finally, I was gonna cry. Yeah. And they're talking about when they saw the different trailers and how excited they were. So funny.
All right. For Radio Rebel, I included quite a few. Just
good.
Because it's Radio Rebel. There's a lot. I could have picked more.
Yeah.
1.5 stars, saying Gavin being the dancing sandwich is one of the top 10 plot twists of all time.
So true.
You don't see
Never saw it coming. I honestly didn't see it coming. Because the dancing sandwich was so irrelevant.
1 star from Alex saying not enough fedoras. Which is pretty good. A 0.5 star from Addie noting that the fedora count was actually 27 in total. And then 5 stars from Joshua Rush saying cried 4 times.
Cried 4 times?
What 4 times do you cry in Radio Rebel?
Oh my gosh.
When they say I'm Radio Rebel.
Yeah, when they say I'm Radio Rebel, for sure.
On when she gets locked in the closet.
Oh my gosh. And then she comes out and Gavin shakes his head at her.
Yeah.
Cry.
Those 2 cries there.
When the G's break up.
Oh, absolutely. That was heartbreaking.
That was heartbreaking. And then the part where she's looking at the tiara. And all she wants is a tiara, and the creepy childhood music is playing.
Yeah.
Cry.
Classic Radio Rebel.
Yeah. 1 out of 10 stars on IMDb from Little Ashley Kim. The title is Nothing. Period. This is from 2012. This movie stunk. You can know the ending just by watching the beginning. It's that cheesy. Apparently, I have to write 10 lines. Okay, this is a thing on IMDb. Yeah. Multiple people have said, apparently I have to write 10 lines.
There must have been a time where you had to write that many to write a review.
Yeah. So they wanted to end it there, but apparently I have to write 10 lines. Well, let's just say that the main character is basically like Demi Lovato in Camp Rock or whatever. And the other guy who she likes is just like any other Disney guy. This is basically like Geek Fabulous or whatever. The girl hides her identity, has a guy she likes, guy likes her fake identity, guy has girlfriend who is popular and makes him do stuff. Identity is found out. Guy ends up with girl be nice, lets the girlfriend be prom queen or whatever. This is the most predictable movie in the history of life. I showered during the middle of it and I already knew all of that shit happened.
I would like to point out that they're just complaining about the DCOM formula when it was established well before Radio Rebel.
I know. These people are too harsh on Disney movies. And to be fair, a lot of the reviews are positive. They're like, this is a Disney movie, guys. Calm down. Like,
DCOMs don't need to be expansive.
Yeah. One person was like, why are people reviewing this like it's supposed to be The Godfather or something? Like, it's a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah. All right. For Xenon Girl of the 21st Century, 3 stars from Gino, who says, I heard that this was the main inspiration for Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey from 1968. Yeah, Xenon walked so Space Odyssey could run. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And 3 stars from Adelaide saying, comprehensive list of people who use ice tips for good. Number 1, Guy Fieri. Number 2, Protozoa. That's it.
That's it. They use their ice tips for good.
Yes.
All right, I actually have 2 for this one from IMDb. So first one, 2 out of 10 stars from Joe McPeaches.
Oh, lovely.
The title is, oh, by the way, this review is from 2004. Wow. 2049? Like, that's gonna happen. I have to totally disagree with the people before me. For one, Kristen Storms, ? Like they couldn't confirm her name.
Because I think it's Kirsten.
Can't act for her life. I'm 13 and I watched Xenon Girl of the 21st Century when I was like 9 and I still successfully hated it. Really, the plot goes nowhere. The characters are pointless and the cool and futuristic language is really lame. Sorry to pop your bubble, folks, but the whole movie is pointless and not even entertaining pointless, stupid pointless. Maybe it could be considered a good movie just so you could laugh at its insane stupidity. Yes. The best part of the movie either is the insane costumes or the ending song, Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Definitely the song. Zoom, 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 make my heart go boom, boom, my supernova girl. Definitely the song. It would get a 1, but the song upgrades it to a 2. Nice. Yay.
I love that. First off, I think the stuff that she identifies as the best part of the costumes and like the song and the craziness that is the best part of the movie. So in a lot of ways, I feel like I agree with this then 9, now 13-year-old.
From 2004.
You think about how that person's now 33?
Yeah. I wonder if they feel the same. And next we have a 10 out of 10 from
See, some are positive.
Yeah, from 1999. This review was written. I liked Xenon's hair. I cut my hair like Xenon's. Pathetic? Yes, maybe. But I admired the dangling bangs that coincided with space station popularity. The movie had likable characters and a clever usage of what-if futuresque possibilities. Enjoyed a common coming of age on a different planet concept. Very cute. I just like that they're like, I got Xenon's haircut, and it's like bangs.
Yeah.
Like
oh man, very, very crazy haircut for 2049.
Crazy.
All right. For Geek Charming, I have a 4.5-star review from Kiana, which says, when a Letterboxd user meets an IG baddie, which is very true. Yeah. That is the movie in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. And then a 1-star review from Lids says, Josh is really out here complaining about editing his video when all he did was take the footage he shot and put it in order.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
He does no real editing work.
No, he just filmed a little like, hi guys, welcome to my movie.
Like, I gotta do so much work editing. And he just
he just throws it in Windows Movie Maker in order.
Yeah, he just puts the clips in. It's nothing.
I have a 1 out of 10 review from Relius titled "The Definition of Terrible" with exclamation points. I would not take this movie even if it was free and came with $1 million.
Wow.
The movie is about a popular Nothing Different for Disney Channel girl, aka a spoiled brat that wants to be Blossom Queen, and a nerdy geek wants to film a movie about her to see what popular life is about. I don't know what it is with Disney and thinking that every pretty girl needs to be the devil. Then there's the since you are a computer expert that automatically makes you a geek/nerd that will never have a girlfriend persona that Disney Channel thinks is important to ram down everyone's throat. Let's not forget the popular girl has to date the handsome jock that probably can't count past 10 scenario. There has been a good number of DCOM movies that I have really liked, but they all seem to have one character that you just can't stand, so why waste your time with the movie? Do yourself a favor, avoid this movie.
People didn't like Geek Charming, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's stereotypical you're watching a DCOM. I guess they really just shouldn't watch them.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, Geek Charming
not even for
a
free $1 million.
Yeah, it's free and it comes with $1 million. That's literally just say you're getting paid $1 million.
And also, you're telling me you wouldn't sit through it, something that you did willingly to be able to write this review again for $1 million? Come on.
I would.
For Brink, with an exclamation point, 4.5 stars from C-Sizzy13. Check my AO3 later for my Val X Brink fanfic.
Oh my gosh, we should have done fanfic.
I
for
was
this
thinking
badge.
like if we can't find fanfic for a later one, we just need to go back to Brink because there's gotta be so much.
There's gotta be so much. Oh
the tension between the villain and the hero.
Yeah,
is like
it's
the
insane.
best.
I might just go in my free time read some Brink fanfic.
I don't blame you. 5 stars from Jayla. This movie invented feminism and California.
All right, I have 2 reviews for Brink. First one, 10 out of 10 from Meb7886. Greatest Disney movie ever. Brink is easily the greatest Disney Channel original movie. I haven't seen it in years, and I still think about its greatness. This is from 2007, by the way. It also has some pretty sweet tunes from some kind of known bands.
Kind of known.
Overall, this movie is sick, and I would recommend that anybody who has any opportunity to watch it definitely should. This is the greatest skating movie ever made and was made in Disney Prime. This Disney movie made Disney what it is today.
Oh, really?
Yet they still hardly ever play it. I love this movie. And now I have to keep on writing to take up 10 lines. But it's not because I don't have anything good to say about the movie. It's just because I'm very bored right now. But whatever. I've reached 10, so bye. P.S. Brink is bleeping awesome. I just love this. This is like written by a 10-year-old. You can tell. And finally, we have a take. I don't know if it's a hot take. Maybe it's a hot take. I'm gonna say it. 7 out of 10. It's still 7 out of 10 though. From Beautiful Motions. Brink's friends are awful. The movie is very fun. It's a great DCOM. I love all the skating and laughing at the cringy way all the teenagers talk to each other. But what the hell? Is the message of this movie really don't get paid for doing what you love? That's ridiculous. Brink is so lucky to be able to make money doing what he loves to do. Yeah, all the X-Blades teams are bullies, but getting paid for doing something that you enjoy is wonderful. And his friends are so mean to him, calling him a sellout. And the audience is supposed to like Brink's friends and want him to quit X-Blades and not make money doing what he loves to do. Maybe if I watched this when I was a teenager, I would agree with this mentality. But as an adult, I'm just mad that he threw away a chance at having a career doing something that he loves. And his friends only like him conditionally. They're awful friends.
I think this is a half-true take.
It's half true. I
feel like the friends were more mad about his lies,
his betrayal,
than him selling out.
Yeah. And also like him selling out is going to make it not fun.
Yes.
Whereas
that's what like the parents were trying to protect against a bit.
Yeah. And instead of making it a job, like it is his passion and he should treat it as a passion and not make it a job. And also I think part of it was that he really loved doing it with his friends.
Yeah.
And not the bullies. Like not wanting to be part of this corporation that are bullies and cheat is a valid reason to not do it.
No, I fully agree. I think there's more nuance to the issue than the review writer suggests, but I do think the point is made there that there is definitely an opportunity for Brink to make money through this, and that could be done in a healthy manner.
It doesn't have to be right now.
But that's not what the movie really was focusing on, in my opinion.
All right, moving on.
Gotta kick it up. 5 stars from Malcy, saying, I wish that I was alive in the 1980s so that Jazzercise could get me into Juilliard. Thank you.
Jazzercise is a brilliant way to describe her dancing. Yeah. I could not describe it on the podcast. Thank you. It's Jazzercise. That's literally what it is.
1.5 stars from Brief Films, saying, the girls in this, other than Susan Egan, suck, and I don't even hate women.
And I don't even hate women.
I love that.
That's so funny.
It's just like, no, these are all terrible. Trust me, I'm not even misogynistic.
It's just bad.
It's just bad.
All right, and then I have a 6 out of 10 review from Wazoo T from 2005. It was good if you like that kind of thing.
I like that is just the review in total.
No, that's the title. This movie was pretty good. It's about a bunch of girls who really need extra credit. So they try out for the dance team. And since none of them are at all good at dancing, they all make it. But they have a serious problem both at home and with the teacher. The storyline wasn't great, but the actors were good and it was a good moral. I wouldn't recommend it if you're not into dance or music. If you were, then you would find it a total bore. If you were on a dance team or are a cheerleader, then this would be a good movie for you. Especially for a cheerleader. You can learn the cheer. It's really not that hard. You just have to be flexible.
This person really just wanted to talk about being a cheerleader.
Yeah. And then I saw another review that was like, guys, this movie's not a cheerleading movie. I watched it because I thought it was cheerleading. It's not.
I like how you do that and still have to make the review.
Yeah. They're like, guys, trust me.
The IMDb users really feel like their voice needs to be heard.
Yeah. I love the comment that since none of them are at all good at dancing, they make it on the team. It's funny.
Finally, we have Stepsister from Planet Weird. Mm-hmm. 2 stars from Abraham, who points out they literally overthrew a government in 1 minute.
It just took some hair dryers.
Yeah. I think that's something we did not touch upon enough. That is an entire planet's leadership gone.
Well, when it's a dictatorship, it is pretty easy to just overthrow it in 2 seconds, you know?
You just gotta kill them.
And then Fanul's the son, so he's next in line.
A ratingless review from Paola Corone saying, sad music plays. Your mother was an extraordinary bubble.
That is such a great line.
There are so many of these were just quotes of the movie.
Yeah, the movie's so quotable.
Speaking of which, 4.5 stars from Zara saying, that bubble as you so patronizingly call it, is the love of my life. Literally one of the best lines of dialogue I've ever heard. I'm truly obsessed with it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Again, there are like 50 different lines.
Yeah.
Even from just the normal stuff in Stepsister from Planet Weird that you could cut out of context and it just goes hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have 2 more reviews to finish us out. 7 out of 10 from Shannon52. A very good family film that teaches a lesson about family. This movie is very good and one the whole family will enjoy. It is fun while also teaching that family is the most important thing. This is a lesson that children today especially need to learn. Good, non-violent movie.
There's 2 on-screen deaths.
This is from 2000. I just love how much they're like family. It's a movie about family and how family is important. Good, non-violence. Yeah, they literally kill people, but they're in bubble form, so it's okay. And then to close us off, very good family movie by Honey Baby 3669, also from the year 2000. I thought that the movie Stepsister from Planet Weird was a very great family movie. I am 16 years old and I really like the movie very much. And if anyone that reads this knows some information about Henry Fegans that played as Fanul, please email me because I really want to find out stuff about him. Thanks. If you haven't seen the movie, you should. It's good for kids all ages and parents.
Thirsting for Fanul.
That was all one sentence until thanks.
Yep.
So it was good. It's about family. And also if you know this actor, like please email me. Because it's the year 2000, like they couldn't exactly look him up. like the way you can say. I saw another review that's just thirsting over the guy who plays Fanul. He's in the movie for like 10 minutes.
Barely in the movie.
And they're like, oh my God, he's so hot.
Maybe we weren't there at the time.
Yeah. And that's
it.
That's it. That's our reviews. Thank you guys for listening to our mini-sode.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Hope it was fun. We'll continue to do these at every set of 10 DCOMs watched.
Yes. Happy 50. Here's to another 50 and more DCOMs.
We're going to be working on number 51 coming to you a week after the release of this.
Yeah. Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let's go. Let's all let it shine.
Yeah. Thanks.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Scenes from our next mini-sode. Wow.
Wow, Let It Shine was good.
Wow, there's also 9 other movies that we watched and we totally know what they were.
But especially Let It Shine. That one was cool.
Man, I really can't believe how good Zapped was.
Oh no.